Hey there, and welcome. You know when you want to tell a great story, or share some juicy gossip, or just pass on some important news? Well, to do that, you really have to know how to talk about what someone else said. So today, we're going to jump right into a super important English skill, reported speech.
It's a question we ask constantly, right? What did she say? And the grammar we use to answer it is called reported speech. It's basically how you take what someone said, their direct words, and then share them with someone else. It's a huge part of everyday conversation, and we're about to break down exactly how it all works.
All right, first up, let's tackle reporting questions. And I love this part because I like to think of it as a little grammar time machine. When you report what someone asked, you literally have to take a small step back in time with your verbs. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay, so here's the absolute #1 rule you got to remember. When you report a question, the verb tense always takes one step back into the past. Think about it. The actual chat happened, let's say, in the present moment, but you're talking about it later, so the grammar has to reflect that little jump back in time.
And this table, it makes that whole step back rule so clear. Just look at it. Simple present hops back to simple past, and then both simple past and present perfect take that same step back to become past perfect. Seriously, this chart is basically your secret weapon.
Okay, let's see this thing in action. The direct question is, where does he watch movies? That does watch, that's simple present, right? So when we report it, we just take that step back to the simple past, and it becomes watched. She asked where he watched movies. See? Follows the rule perfectly.
Okay, but what about yes-no questions? There's no what or where to grab onto. Well, in these cases, the little word if comes to the rescue. So the question, does he enjoy, becomes she asked if he enjoyed. And look, there's that same tense shift again. The simple present enjoy steps back to the simple past enjoyed. Easy peasy.
Awesome. So you're getting the whole tense shift thing. Now let's build on that with something called modal verbs. And the best part? This next rule is way easier. It's not even a time shift, really. It's more like a simple swap.
Okay, check out this rule. It's so simple, you're going to love it. If you see will, can, or shall in the original sentence, you just swap them out for would, could, and should. That's it. No crazy calculations, no overthinking it. So for example, I will go becomes he said he would go. See, it's just a clean one-for-one swap. This is one of those patterns that once you see it, you'll never get it wrong again.
Okay, pop quiz time. Your turn to try. Serena says, I can do that. Now, based on the rule we literally just covered, how would you report what she said? Go ahead and pause the explainer for a sec if you want, and just say the answer out loud. So, did you get it? I bet you did. Can just flips to could. Serena said she could do that. Nice. See? You're totally getting the hang of this.
All right, for our last section, we're going to get a little more nuanced. So far, it's all been about changing the grammar. But good reported speech is also about capturing the feeling or the tone of what was said. We're going to look at the difference between a polite request and a direct command, and how picking the right verb is everything.
And the whole game here is choosing the right verb. Ask or tell. And the rule is actually pretty simple. If the original thing someone said was a nice, polite request, you use ask. If it was a firm command or a rule, you use tell.
Let's look at a polite request. Can you change the channel? That's obviously a nice, polite question, so we report it using ask. She asked him to change the channel. And check out the structure there. You've got ask, then the person, then the infinitive verb to change. But what if it's not so polite? Let's say someone says, get out. Yeah, definitely not a request. That's a command, loud and clear. So we switch our reporting verb to tell. He told him to get out. The structure's the same, but just swapping that one verb totally changes the vibe, doesn't it?
Okay, a final challenge for you. Your turn. Imagine you say to me, open the door. How would I report that? So, what's the tone there? Is that a polite ask, or is it a command? Hit pause, think about it, ask or tell.
And the answer is told. You got it. Open the door is a direct command, so the right way to report it is, you told me to open the door. Awesome job picking up on that subtle difference.
All right, we've covered a ton of ground, and you've done an amazing job. We're almost at the finish line. Before you wrap up, I just want to circle back to one of those key ideas one more time, just to really make sure it sinks in.
So just to lock this idea in your brain, always remember that super useful formula for polite requests. The verb ask, followed by the person, and then the infinitive. It's the polite way to report a polite request. And that actually brings me to my final point. And hey, since we always tried to be polite around here, we're going to use that exact rule right now. We would like to ask you to subscribe for more clear, direct explainers just like this one. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. We'll see you in the next one.